Hello everyone, I'm Victor and I welcome you to the realm of stuff creation, which is my channel. And if you have been watching my videos, you must have seen I created a homemade crossbow with a magazine, but I decided to make something a little better, or at least an improvement of what I did before, and that's what I came up with. It has some improvements that I'm gonna showcase right now. First of all, you must saw that just hold on a second, right there. The stock is different. The wood part that holds the bow and the trigger, the lower part is different, because the older one just break it right here at the tip. It lasts for a very long time. I really used this crossbow for a very long period of time. I had to shoot it even when it was not a crossbow with a magazine, because firstly it was a normal crossbow, then I put a magazine on it. But this one has a different stock, and with the different stock, the height, the brace height of the bow increases. So it was a little bit shorter, and this one is a little bit longer, which it means that the shot will have increased speed and increases power, and of course higher poundage, that's for sure. Another thing I came up with was this. I'm not sure if you can see this well, but there's an arrow track right here, which improves the accuracy. At least in theory it should improve it, and it holds the bolt much better. As you can see, there is a PVC part right here. There's a PVC pipe molded with heat right here that I use to keep the bolts going downwards. The scope's basically the same. It's just a PVC pipe with a rubber band twisted around it. There's a string right there, which is around the PVC pipe, that it's fitted with some cuts on it. And there's a red string right over there, right in the middle, in the front, so I can basically try to regulate the accuracy, the aim. Another thing interesting is this little PVC part. This crossbow is not even close to professional. It's very homemade stuff. I don't have a lot of metal parts. So basically I use a lot of pieces of wood and PVC pipe molded with heat. Even this wood stock is not a wood that you buy on, I don't know, anywhere you would usually buy wood. This is actually a cutted tree that I pick in the wilderness, and I use a electric tool to make the shape of a rifle or something like that could fit a crossbow on it, which of course increase the space I have, which allow me to make the arrow track, which is good, and improve some other things in the crossbows. So it ended up being something with a nice result at the end. The trigger is actually modified. It does look more like a trigger. The other one was a PVC part twisted with heat. Place it right here. The cutters off that holds the string is basically the same, but this time I made a hole on the wood stock to fit the trigger. It's much more smooth and of course much prettier, so it looks a little bit more well made. The stock is painted in black because I really like this color. I didn't paint the inside of it. The magazine is also painted in black. As you can see, you probably If you are a little bit nerd like me or into games or RPG stuff, that's the Witcher symbol from the book series The Witcher, and the games, of course, of which you probably know. And that's the symbol of my favorite games of all time, Skyrim. So I just asked my girlfriend to paint it there because she's very good at that sort of stuff. And right here I have this thing, steroid, I think. I don't know the name in English, but those space things that travel really fast. So that's basically more like costume stuff, more like only visual, but it's of course interesting to see it. And it's interesting for you to realize that you can make something like that at your home, a homemade crossbow with a magazine. The thing is, I personally really enjoy crossbow with magazines. I think it's a very interesting concept because the weakness of the crossbow is, of course, the reloading speed. Most of the time, when you see in medieval crossbows, they are very slow to reload, um, which is not the same with a bow, because the bow is less accurate and you have to train much more, but you can shoot multiple arrows much faster. And basically, a magazine at the top of a crossbow um, removes that weakness from it, which is very nice. So you basically pick the strong side of a crossbow, which is accuracy, and of course, more shooting speed, more reloading speed. This crossbow doesn't have any cocking system. You must use your hand, so basically that makes obvious this is not a very strong crossbow. As you can see here, it's three pieces of metal. It's a car spring, um, a bigger one that holds basically all the bow, one that's half the size of the bow, and one a little bit shorter. So it has some serious power. You can cock it by hand, but considering the draw height, uh, that's actually something quite powerful. I never hunt before, but I think a medium game hunting could be possible to kill or to hunt with this thing because it travels quite fast. The only problem that I have with it right now is accuracy. So if you have any tip at the comments, please comment down below what I should do to improve accuracy. But let's talk a little bit further about the crossbow. This little piece right here stop the bolt to go downwards when I pulling the string, when I pulling the string backwards. This little piece right here doesn't allow the bolt to go backwards, and I have to make me adjust all the time, which is nice. Let me see any other pieces of that. The piece that holds the magazine at the top is also PVC molded with heated, with a little piece of metal from behind, from below. Sorry. That's basically also PVC parts. It's very like homemade stuff, not very professional. But of course, if you have something more sophisticated, better tools or better equipment, you can use the same idea to make it yourself at home. But you can, of course, uh, if you lack some resources, you can do something a little bit simple, a little bit more simple, with PVC pieces and woods, basically. Of course, the bow may vary on a lot of types of materials, but anyway. Oh, let me show this one. So the other crossbow, I basically use some sort of nail. It's not a nail, I forgot the name in English, but it's like a nail that you twist it right here. But this time I use something different. As you can see, it has a place that holds the bow, and I use this string to keep it like a medieval crossbow. And I also put a piece of wood right here, so it's very firm. Like, not right now, it was a little bit more firm, but it's firmer than it holds better than the old stock of wood, which of course improve a little bit of accuracy and the power. But basically, I can swing around this thing and the bow doesn't move at all, which is perfectly fine. Um, I think that's all for now. I'm gonna make some shots. No, firstly I will record the crossbow up closer for you to have a look around it and see if you can make it yourself at home, or if you wanna watch it more closely. Hold up. So that's the crossbow. The string used to be a string of a bow, but I just make a lot of notches and into the string, so it became shorter, which allowed me to put on the bow of the crossbow. As you can see, the old crossbow didn't have a space to place the string. I just twist a lot of strings right here, which allow the main string of the crossbow to be placed around it here and doesn't slip to inside the crossbow, which of course is low the shooting speed because it adds weight at the tip, which is an unnecessary weight. But anyways, I don't have anything to measure the neither the speed of the crossbow and the poundage, but I believe is not very powerful. The places that holds the tip of the magazine is also a PVC part molded with heat. Right here I just cut it and put a piece of wood down below. Now have a look at it. The painting that I use, I don't know the name in English, but it's very black, like it almost looks like the wood is burned or something. As you can see for here is the piece of wood, um, not not a refined piece of wood, it's just a piece of tree that I pick in the wilderness and use electric saw to make a rifle style crossbow, which I think is good, like a crossbow, an ancient weapon with a modern weapon design or something. So it's a very interesting concept. Of course, you can make something much more prettier and professional, but that's given an idea of it. Now let me show you the boats. So here we are. I have 3 boats at the moment. The magazine can fit, I think, 4 of them, maybe. Those are pretty heavy, as you can see. I don't have aluminum or any sort of material to make thinner boats. It is what I have at the moment. The fletching is a piece of plastic that I use strings to twist it a little bit, so in theory it should rotate during the flight of the boat. I put some arrowheads. It's just a piece of metal. It's not very sharp, it's not razor sharp or anything like that, but it may cause some damage. But the problem that I have is that it's not front heavy at all. I probably should do something to increase the weight at the tip of the arrow. That's not good at all. And probably that's one of the reasons I'm not having a good accuracy. And the fletchings are kind of broke, but I don't think that's um, the big issue with the accuracy, because even when the fletching was not perfect, it was perfect. The arrows, the bolts were not flying very straight. They usually go to one side or another, or don't even go straight. They do something very weird, even when it's not doesn't have a very wind at the moment. As you can see, this one is a little bit more front heavy because I add some rubber bands at the tip to increase its front weight, but even though it's not uh, front heavy as it should be, and of course it's a heavy boat, it's a big piece of wood which a rounded plastic, and I have a target right here that I will shoot it. Actually, I'm not gonna shoot it. I'm not gonna even try it, because this thing doesn't have any accuracy at all. Even though I don't know why this thing is happening. If you have a theory in the comments, please comment down below. What is your theory about the subject? Because I didn't find an answer for why I don't have any accuracy. So I'm just gonna shoot a straight line with my crossbow, for you to see a little bit how it works and how far it goes, a little bit of the speeds, and more like those sorts of things, because I'm really not having accuracy of this thing. I'm not even trying to shoot some target. So let's shoot with it. First of all, I must load the crossbow by twisting the scope, picking one bolt, and making sure that the magazine doesn't stuck the rotation of the fletching, so I put in the right way. I um, I just um, make the thing that's holding the bolt a little higher with my finger. Just pick right here. Make sure that the fletching is not being not being um, I forgot how to say it. Sorry. Okay. Just place it right here and rotate the scope again. So let me try to. Now you can see a little bit better. So here are the bolts inside the magazine. They fit at the arrow track. First I have to make sure the trigger is not upwards, so making it frontwards. Sometimes I have to make a little adjustment. As you can see, didn't have any accuracy. Now the next bolt just go downwards. This one was totally stupid. Just go to the left for no reason. I really don't know what is happening, but I'm a very beginner guy at this thing of craftsmanship. I had a little issue. Just a moment. There's another cool feature I forgot to showcase for you. This thing right here not only locks the bolt, but when I'm pulling back the string, it usually used to pass downwards the bolt, and it gets harder to cock it. But with this simple mechanism, this thing keeps the bolt in place, and I can pull the string, lock in place, and when I do this, he just followed and he's just ready to shoot it. That's only a little detail that I forgot to showcase for you. Now it's fixed. As I said earlier, this is a beginning craftsman channel. I hope you enjoy it and maybe add some wisdom of yours at the comments. So I just try new things. I hope you all enjoy it and maybe have some idea based on my creations. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with your friends that enjoy these homemade weapons and stuff. So if you're like this, have any tips or so, make sure to subscribe. So that's it for today. My homemade crossbow with a magazine. The thing that happened earlier was that the string was too short. Oh, no, it was too long, and it just go upward, frontward for some reason. So I have to twist it a little bit more. It sometimes happens those sort of problems. But anyway, hope you enjoy it. Subscribe my channel if you want to see more things about bows, archery, and other future plans that I have to create some homemade stuff. Please like, share, subscribe, and that's it for now. See you soon.